Hi ladies, this is Debbie with stampwithdeb.com. Started out with this really cute gnomes, so I used the gnome for the holiday stamp set, and this is the card. Started out with 'Tis the Season, and when you open it up it says Holly Jolly Everything. So that is the peekaboo part of the card. And the paper that I used was from Heartwarming Hugs. So the next one I want to show you that I made is from Flowering Blooms. I love this stamp set because Stampin' Up! Did an amazing job on it. When you go to color it, look at that. One color. I didn't even have to shade it. It's so beautiful. They did all the shading for me. So I just used the Blackberry Bliss, and I used the Flowering Blooms and the dies. They come with a great set of dies along with this edgelet that is in there. And so the edgelet is this piece here. And when I open this one up, it says thank you to start with. And when I open it, it says I move beyond words. And so this one is my second one. And then I made this one, which is Love of Leaves. It was made with the Love of Leaves bundle, and it has the dies in it as well as the stamp set. And so this I used the Plaid Tidings is my designer series paper, and this is called Tasteful Labels, this die here that I used for that. So just thinking of you and your friendship is something I know I can count on. So those are the three that I made already. And tonight we're going to make one using, we're going to use Mini Mates. Yes, Mini Mates. We're going to use Good Morning Magnolia because I love this thank you, and I need to make a thank you one. You're So Nice is what I'm going to use out of there. And I'm going to use Forever Blossoms. And we'll use this flower and this one. So let's go ahead and get started. So all the measurements are on my blog, and I will try to tell you what they are as we go through. So the first paper that we're going to look at here is 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. And this is my front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my 4 1/4 by 5 DSP from In Good Taste to the front of this. I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. I feel like I'm not quite on screen. There we go. Let's do that. Okay. I think that'll help. Okay, so then I'm going to attach this. And I'm using our Stampin' Seal. You could use the green glue as well. No problem there. Either one. Okay, so just attach that to there. And then I'm going to cut a circle. So I have used stitch shapes, and these are the second from the smallest and the next one up. But I'm only going to use this one for right now. When I cut this circle, I want to make sure that, or whatever image, I want to make sure that it's not going to get caught in my flap here. So I want to cut it over this way. And I'm going to go up a little bit higher, right up in there. So let me go cut that. I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to punch that out. I'm going to take it out of that die. And the next piece that we're going to use is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. So it's scored in half. And this is going to attach to the back of my front, but not the whole front. I'm going to flatten that out. So this is where it's going to attach, is right here. So I'm just going to put the two together. I'm going to take my green glue, and this circle that I cut out of the front, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on it. A little bit, not that much. That was more than I needed. I want to make it like a sticky note. So I want to put that on there, wipe it off so that it sticks, but it's not going to tear my paper when I take it off. So I'm going to put it through the hole, hold it down, and pull my front off there. Okay, now I have sticky fingers. So then I'm going to put, let me just double check that. It looks like it's lined up. Okay, it looks so much lower here. Okay, so I'm going to put my die, this die, and the reason I'm doing this is because the die will line up with that, but if I drew a circle, it would not line up. So I'm just going to lay my die on top of there, position it so that it can't move to the left or right, so it's kind of hooked underneath there. And I'm going to use a piece of Post-it note, and I'm going to put that on the die and on the paper so it will stay in place. Hold it down, lift this up, and take this out, and then put it down. Now I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to go cut that out. Okay, so I'm going to pull that out of there, take my note off, put that aside. So that would be, those would be great for some other project, and that one. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere this to the inside. I'm going to get lots of glue on there because it's going to adhere right to the inside here of my card, and I want to make sure it's straight. So I'm going to open it up flat, and I'm just going to put those corners exactly on each other. Make sure this end is lining up, and it's set. Okay, so now on this one we're going to attach something here. So I turned that over, opened it up, and not the flappy one down here, but this one is going to get something attached. So you have a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of cardstock, and it's scored at 1/4 inch, and I'm going to fold that. That is what's going to get glued. It's scored at, I scored it at 5 1/2, but they're actually scoring over 1/4 inch. That 1/4 inch is what's going to get glued to the other paper. Okay, so this is going to go over this, under this. So it actually kind of lines up with that under there when you look at it. Whoop, I moved it. Okay, it's really important that this gets lined up straight and it's even, because if it's not, then the back part of your card won't be right. So let's fold that over and just make sure it's all even and straight. All right, that is the card mechanism. That is the whole thing right there. So this is what it looks like on the top, and now we're going to decorate. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, this is where my first greeting is going to go, and so I'm going to go ahead and just lay this piece of Whisper White in this back area, and then I'm going to stamp it with Basic Gray right in through my center, through the hole. We'll see how good I am or not. Perfect. Okay, I'm happy with that one. Okay, then we can glue that in. This could be an area where you could write a note. It is kind of hidden away in the card, but you could write a little note in here. Okay, there we are. Okay, now the second one is the greeting that they'll see when they open the card. and I have cut a 2 9/16 inch by 4 1/4 inch, and that's going to go on that flap. So we're going to fold that over, and it's going to go on the back, kind of like on the back. So you look at how it's laid out. This is flat, and it's laid out like that. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to hang on to that white paper because I want it to stay there. So when I stamp it through the hole, it's good. So in here, I'm going to stamp "You're So Nice." I have a need for this card, so it's perfect for what I want. So I'm going to pull this back out, turn this back over, and this is going to go right in here, right side up. And I'm going to use green glue on this one. I go back and forth between the two, so it's kind of like whatever's the handiest for me. Okay, I'm going to go all the way to the top. I'm leaving some edge on the sides because when it folds, I want it to be flexible and fold, not get hung up in that fold. Okay, so there, I thought I put it in upside down. So there are our two greetings. Okay, so then I used the Forever Blossoms, this image here. I stamped it in basic gray, and I colored it with Petal Pink and Old Olive. So we're going to put that on the front. Sorry, I have a whiny dog. He wants to go outside. Somebody's outside, evidently, in the backyard. And he wants to go out there and check out what's going on. And I think they just put him in the house, so I'm thinking they don't want him out there. So, okay. So let's pull those off. And I think I could use a couple little ones down here. One here, and maybe one there. That one already lost its cover. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to put this on here like that. I'm going to add a little bit of bling to this, and these are the champagne rhinestones. And we're going to use an odd number. I only have one more. That's an odd number, meaning usually we work in 3s. In this one, I'm doing 4s. Let me find one more of those rhinestones that is a medium size. Whoops. Thought I had a whole bag of those. Okay. Looks like we're going to open a package. We don't want to put one on there that's big and the rest little. Okay, and then on the inside, oh, on the outside here. So I took the ring that is the same size as this, and, or the die, and the next size up. And I put them together on my Big Shot, on my die cutting machine. I have a stamp and cut and emboss machine, and I put those together on that and cut them, and I got, did I do it? I didn't do it, so let me just do that really quick. Grab a piece of cardstock here, basic gray. Thought I had all those cut out. Okay, now see what I did. I put them together like that and cut them out of that piece of basic gray. And then as I punch them out, I will end up with a ring. So I'm going to put this ring on the front of my card just right around that hole. I think it just adds an accent. And then I'm going to put this one. So I have this pink one, this petal pink that I cut out also. And I'm going to add that around the inside of this one, just to draw the eye to it. And then I have a couple of flowers here somewhere. I kind of got messy somehow. Oops, I'm dropping everything. Okay, here they are. I covered them up. There's one, and there's two. Okay. Oh, whoa. Yeah, you have to let it dry. Okay. So I have these, and I'm going to attach them. Two of them are going to go flat. Maybe I'll use my stamp and seal. Okay. Put two of them like that, and this one is going to go on with a dimensional. I still have sticky fingers. Just like that. And then I'm going to use the tiny champagne dots. So when you put these in here, you want to be really careful where you put any embellishments, because you don't want them in here. That'll stop your slide of your card, and the mechanism won't work. But by putting them in here, they'll still work, and they're covered. So, you see my card? Isn't that beautiful? Just very simple, very pretty. And thanks, you're so nice. I love it. I hope you've enjoyed this video tonight. And if there's anything you need or any products that you would like to purchase, I would appreciate you clicking on the link on my blog or on the link below this video, and go to Stamp with Deb, and it'll lead you to my store, my Stampin' Up! Store. Thank you very much, and you guys have a good evening.